You want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading.com's live futures education and trading broadcast. This is a free outreach to all the social media networks of AmericanDreamTrading.com. AmericanDreamTrading.com was created and is owned by Chad Christian. We call him Coach because he coaches us on the things, everything related in the stock market. He teaches us how to day trade, swing trade, long term trade, dividend trade, um, you name it, he teaches on it. So he provides a wide range of education opportunities for us. My name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading, and Coach has entrusted me to provide these live services for you between 2 and 4 each and every day, Monday through Friday. Coach is also live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm live from 2 to 4 Eastern Time. And we also have what we call the aftermarket show, which starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time over there on YouTube. It's also a live broadcast that you can join in on, ask questions, participate. You can even join the panel over there on the aftermarket show with Dawn. She'll answer your questions. She usually has topics of discussion for the day, or they'll just answer questions as they come, just like we do here. So, welcome here today. Thank you for being here. Um, been a pretty good day for us in the futures trading market. I've had a good day, as had other members in our group. We've had some nice fluctuations up and down, and we were able to make money riding the wave up and riding the wave down, riding the wave up, riding the wave down, riding the wave up, riding the wave down. What you see on my screen right now happens to be oil, and the symbol is CL. This is a E-mini contract, CL. So we have members right now that is playing as we speak live, he is playing the 2-minute EWO, which means this is one of Coach's main trading strategies. And what that means is we're using the Elliott wave oscillator in addition to Coach's logarithms that's built into this. What you see here, all these bars and lines and trend lines and everything. And it tells us kind of where to enter at. Now we have to evaluate the big picture, but alerts us that this might be a good entry point. And in this case, it was. You would have entered here. Now it had to break through VWAP, but it did, as you can see. As a matter of fact, Doug, he got in up here on when it told him to, and everything from here down has been pure profits. Retracing a little bit, he may have shed some of his holdings, or he may be holding tight. It doesn't tell you when to get out. You got to make your own decisions, and you make those decisions based on your trading and education that you receive here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So if I was in this trade, I would still be at it. I'm going to let it run and see if it's going to stay below either this level or slowly over time work its way down to this level. And I'll make a decision after it gets down here. Do I want to exit? Do I want to take my profits? Do I want to take all my profits or part of them if I have multiple contracts, right? So there's a lot of decision making that goes on in conducting a trade. In this case, this is a very good entry. He's now below all the major indicators. We're below the 200 MA, which is the number 2 strongest indicator, VWAP, which is the strongest indicator. Why is that? It's because investors all over the world and day traders and quite frankly the big money people, they know where these are at, right? And everybody's making decisions as they go through it. A lot of times, a high percentage of the time, it'll hit these one or these two major indicators and then it may bounce off of it or stop going. Or as in this case, it paused and then the next candle broke through and that was good. People got excited, come down to VWAP, kind of hung out here after it broke through a little bit, but now it's past that major hurdle and people are still selling off, right? So your entry point was up here. That maximizes your profit. Can I jump in this trade now? Well, sure, I could. I could come in here. I could come in here and short this, right? And I can get in there with my stop loss and jump in at any time, but my profit potential was clear up here. That's where I should have entered in, right? Um, my stop loss go? Where did it go? Didn't I institute one? Huh, I thought I had it. Anyway, well, there's not a stop loss there, or it's, let me look here. It had to be in there somewhere. Maybe I did. Oh, I can see why. Look at my number I have. I got a 3,000 stop loss. I was showing somebody something the other day, so there is a stop loss there, but it's way, it's like clear off my chart. Let me see if I can even find it. The number would be sky high. I won't even, oh, there it is. Look at that. If it would have went up there, I could have lost $30,000. Let me get rid of, let me slide this down here and get it down here out of the road. Um, I think I actually clicked the button twice. Let me reset my chart. I don't even know where it's at. It's here somewhere. Anyway, uh, simple way to do that is, oh, I see what happened. I'm on a limit order too. I didn't change it. I trade generally on market orders. Can I jump into this trade now? Yeah, I could, but my perfect entry would have been up here where I could have maximized my profit. And then it broke through, so that's all pure profit. Now it isn't a downward trend. Things are looking good. I can look at my um, order book over here and see once there's some big orders, once it pulled down to 72.60, 72.57, that would, the 57 would be this white line down here. So I have some, maybe there's some good uh, chances of getting decent profit out of that if I would go ahead and jump in this, right? Um, so if I jump in it now, the problem is I've waited too long to get into this particular trade. Okay, so now my potential of making profit, because this could go the other way in a hurry, right? I should have got in up here if I was doing Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. So you can see it's coming down here. There's indecision. Now it really kind of looks like it, unless people start throwing in orders, this may want to come down to 72.60. The problem is I got in at 72.68, so that's not a lot a profit, right? Um, but I have a stop here that I can adjust, you know, for making to protect it if this does go against me. We always trade with a stop. That's one of Coach's main principles that he teaches us. You never trade without a stop because that helps protect you. If this decides people start throwing orders in here, it can prevent this from going down and the price will actually go against me and go the other way. As you can see, it has pulled back since I purchased it. I'm down $30 on this trade right now. So you don't all freaking out. This is a paper trading account. It's a simulated account. I never use my real account whenever I'm trading. Okay. When I'm talking to you, I'll see this is pulling up there. I'm hoping it's going to stop here and bounce off and go back down, but I don't know that. If it does break through, I'm going to get stopped out. It'll kick me out of the trade and I can't lose any more money that way. All right. So that's why you always trade. It's limiting how much money I can lose. Now you might say, well, $80, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, right? But you got to give it some room to breathe. Do I want it this far apart? Well, if I would have slid it down any further, you can barely see here. There's a wick right there. That would have stopped me out if I had it on the white line. So I generally will keep it a hair above the previous level, the previous couple candles. Now I'm into profit again. See how this is changing to profit? Once this drops more, then I can slide my stop down and lock in my profits. I could slide it down right now and guarantee myself, or I could exit the trade and guarantee myself now I'm up $20, right? If I could get out of this trade right now I'm up 30, I can exit altogether, or I can use my stop and just kind of move it down tighter, right? As this drops down, I can move my stop down and it would guarantee me X amount of dollars, even if it does pull back. The art of using a stop is knowing where to put it at. You have to see how this candle is breathing. It's moving up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. If I put this on a 1-minute chart because I got in late, I should be in a scalper's mode, scalper mentality. So now I can see here. Now I'm up. So do I want to move my stop yet? Well, I can go down here, maybe lock in $10 just for the heck of it. Now, if this pulls back, I'm guaranteed no matter what happens, I'm going to make $10 on this trade. So I'm guaranteed 50% of my profit. If I would cancel right now, I guarantee 20, right? But I want to give this room to move. Now I'm up 30. See, now I can get out at 30 if I want to. Or I can give this time to work down to my next level. Remember earlier I went over here and looked and see there was orders here at around the 7260s level. That would be, I'm going to put a line there, right? This is where some of the main people are at that put a buy order in at. So I'll just make that yellow. This is where the biggest set of orders is laying right now. Now people can come in here and throw it in orders and they do it all the time. But regardless, I'm going to make 10 bucks out of this trade one way or the other, right? I have used my stop now to lock in profits. So if this pulls back, I'm out 10. I'm guaranteeing $10. But at the same time, I'm giving that a little bit of room to work its way down if it's going to continue. We don't know for sure. I have some indication there's a strong big order here, but that person can move his order, cancel his order. He can slide it down further. There's another one down here at 57 and 56, and that would be down where this white line is. So this may very well, as of right this second, it's going to come down. It's going to keep falling and come down here, maybe to this yellow line or to my white line. So it wants to work it down, and I'm watching these here. I'm seeing 50s, and up here it's a 60. So I want to see these numbers get smaller. I want to see the 50s come up. So I can be patient. Using my indicators, there's nothing in here that tells me to get out of this trade. Now, see how much more money I would have made if I had got in up here? That's a lot, right? But I didn't. I didn't get in until down here. So I lost all that profit by not implementing Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. And that's the beauty of it. It helps you decide when to get into a trade. But I'm scalping this, so I'm going to take whatever I can get out of it, why it's there to get. If it's only $10, if I only walk away with $10, so be it. Can I guarantee myself 20 right now and go home? Yeah. And quite honest with you, I am a scalper. When it starts doing this stuff here and it doesn't move, I just take my money and then get out. And then I can re-enter. See, now I'm not only down to 10, it's pulling back a little bit. That's all right, right? I'm guaranteed 10 bucks no matter what. So we'll see. They're still fighting here. The price did come up a little bit. It's up 65. There it is. It's dropping 60. They're fighting right now. So this is teetering between 64 and 65. So I'm probably going to get stopped out. Now it's 66. I'm about ready to get stopped out unless these people give up. Yep. See, there you go. Just like I said, the price was starting to go up. So I made $10. I knew that ahead of time. I could have locked it in, took my 30. I could have took it at 20, but I wanted to give it room to move. Now this very well can still come down, right? Well, if I'm a scalper, I can just jump right back in there, right? If I really want to, right? Do I want to or not? Well, let me see. What's the price doing now? Is that wall still down here? Yeah, 72.60, 72.57. There's not really, it's teetering here. There's a penny difference between the two. It's still, I'm watching that. See how the price jumped up. So it's a good thing I didn't jump in, right? I was watching these numbers grow and go away, grow and go away. So they're fighting over their price. They want to bring it up again. So I'm just going to wait. There's a lot of indecision going on right now. Now, if I'd have got in up here, right? If I'd have got in like I should had using implementing Coach's strategy, I would have got up here and I would still be pure profit. And then between here and there, I could have more breathing room for profit, right? For me just to break even in this trade at worst case scenario, this has to come all the way back up. But with the proper entry, which entry is your key to profits, if you get in when you're supposed to, then you can allow a lot of this herky jerky motion that's going on right now. See, because those orders are still sitting there. It still says it wants to pull down. Now, I got in late, so I had a little bit tighter stop. I could have had my stop wider, but because I got in late, I was willing to accept whatever that trade would give me. So that's why I did it. And you can see these people are holding these orders pretty tight. They haven't. I'm watching the 7260. That's the number I remember because that's where the big orders were at, which is this yellow line. It should still wants to come down. These big orders here, these larger than normal, the number does not matter. It's just 50 is bigger than 20, right? 50 is bigger than 10. So proportionally, these want to pull down. Okay. And anybody can come in here and still throw a bunch of orders in and it would negate that anyway. But this is still holding steady. It hasn't climbed a whole bunch yet. It's kind of holding its own right here. So to be patient and wait, we could sit here and wait. Now, it wouldn't be very entertaining for you, but there it is. Let's see if it comes down and touches that line, just like I said. Now, I may stop a penny before that because everybody else knows that level's there. They can see the same thing I'm seeing, right? This is a paid service that I'm paying for. So they may take their profit at 72.61, just a hair above that. But we'll see. This guy now may say, oh, this is coming down less. So I could slide this down, go in with this guy at 72.57. Why should I pay 60 when I can pay? And he'll jump down here, right? He may change it. There it is. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he moves that orders out of them 45. I'm expecting him actually to drop his orders. Yep. Well, nope. He's back in there again. See how the wick touched that? Briefly. Just barely touched it. And that person's still holding in there at that 60. So when them sell off, we could get a little bit of an initial spike. Look where it came, right? Am I seeing the future? Am I a procrastinator of the future? Right? Do I have a crystal ball? No. I'm just using my experience and the tools this gave me. So now 57 is the next place it wants to draw, which, as you see, I already had a line here. This white line, that's a historical level. Traders know where the historical levels are. History matters, especially in trading. So I did my charting. Okay. Now I'm not in this trade anymore, but if I just held my own up here, I could have been writing this profit down. I pretty much told you ahead of time, didn't I? I called the exact level where it was going to go to, right? Again, there's no certainty in it. People could have thrown it. It wants to come down to 57, which is the white line. So if I would sit here long enough, right? I could even just play it if I want to do a quick scalp. My mouse got not working here for some. There we go. Just got a piece of dirt on it. Do I want to jump in here and just play that little bit? That's not much money, but what I could do is I could increase my order size, right? And I could put it in there. Let's see, I'll put it. I do. Oh, somehow I changed that to 5. There we go. Said I didn't have any number in there, so I could enter. Now I've missed that a little bit. I have my stop. Where do I want to put it? Well, how far has this been moving? I might want to just put this right up here. That way, if it pulls back that far, now I'm down $50 because now I have 5 contracts, right? The reason I increased my position is I'm counting on this pulling down. I'm thinking that it might pull down to this white line. So even though that's not very many pennies, those pennies add up to dollars as you increase your position size. So we'll see what happens here. I'm already here now. That guy or gal or whoever is still sitting solid at 57. It still wants to pull down to that, right? There's some others even down here at 55 and 54. So this person may very well move their order down and join these. That happens a lot. So again, I'm being patient. It's coming back down to the original 60. And this is the thought process you go through. You look at use it whatever tools. You don't have to have this L2 order book. I do. I like it. It works very well for me when I combine it with my charting. Here it is, jumping around. As you can see, I gave it more room to bounce around this time, right? Because I'm still seeing here that it wants to come down, right? Now I'm starting to lose ground. People are starting to throw in orders here, but I'm not overly concerned quite yet. Okay. I am down 150 on the trader. It's all relative to the amount of contracts. Okay. Again, this is a simulated account, so I'm not really losing anything. A simulated account is called paper trading. Your brokers offer this to you so that you can learn how to get in and out of trades, the mechanics of using the software, what you need to do to use it. Okay. Again, this thing, they're still fighting over the price. Okay. Now, between here and there is, a dot is 8 cents. So between right where I'm at to here is 8 cents. So, and this happens to pay $10 for every penny, right? So this pays, or every 10 cents, whatever it is, right? Every penny. So every penny that goes up, I make $10. Or actually, in this case, since I'm shorting it, every penny goes down, I make $10. Uh, well, actually, I make more than that. It's 10 times 5, so I make $50 for every penny that it goes down. So I'm still seeing this guy holding these orders at 72.57, which is my white line, which is the historical level that I had charted out. Who knows how long ago? Could have been months ago. I don't clear my charts all that often. I'll modify them, tweak them. I do erase them and start from scratch and redraw new lines on it just to kind of make it, because as the days go on, I'll pop extra lines in there just to mark something temporarily, and then I don't erase them. Then eventually you get 1,000 lines on your chart. and they don't mean anything. Oh, thank you for that. Is my screen? Yeah, my screen's showing on YouTube. I can see the feed. Jeremy Doss, can you see my screen now? You might want to refresh. I can see it on TikTok. I can see it on YouTube, Twitch.
Mark, you got people up on TikTok using trading view on
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that.
They can't see what you're doing.
All right. Yes, you're right. Ah, okay. Well, yes, I was showing we were training for 2 hours before here, and I had my other chart up. Sorry about that. All right, now I get it. Same chart. Well, it's a different chart, I think. Well, it might be the same chart. There we go. So I'm watching this here, um, my L2, which is over here on the right-hand side. Thanks, Jeremy. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. Um, so thank you for that help. It's always nice to have feedback. I'm always there. I rarely go a day without not unmute my mics or forgetting to switch my screens. All right, so I locked that out so that can't happen. I have to do that. I was sharing that screen earlier when we were in training. I just never changed it back. So I'm still hoping this comes down to this yellow line here, which is 60, but I'm really looking for the 57, which is this white line. They're still fighting over the price up here on my L2, okay? And there we go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We got it. So I'm sitting in this trade longer than I normally would because I'm a pure scalper. But because the thing's a little bit slower right now, it's not a huge gyration of price up and down. But you do have to set your stops to allow for price movement. Okay. Right now I'm down 200. If this shoots up to my stop, I'm going to lose 300. Now, do I have to wait for it to get up there to lose 300? No, I can exit anytime I want. I'm still holding out here, this 66, that these big orders will pull it down. You know, eventually, if there's see there, I got stopped out, so I didn't have any choice. I just lost $300 on that trade. But you don't move your stop. You set your stop, and that's what I was willing to lose at that point. Now the watch is thinking very well nosedive. But they're still fighting over that price, right? Now, people, did you see that temporarily? Look at the other people jumping in. The volume has increased now. See how all these other colored bars are starting to fill in? We didn't have that a few minutes ago. So volume is starting to come in. So now more people are getting involved in my game, and they ruin my game for me. So it always changes. You got to always be aware, and that's exactly why you use a stop. Okay. Now, I would have took profit way earlier, but just to show you how we let things run. This is why the EWO is so effective, is that you get in whenever the next bar. Now I know I have it on a 2 minute, but that's why this is so effective. Had I gotten in up here, I wouldn't have cared about all this movement. My stop, I would have got in here, and all that would have been pure profit, and I would have probably even dumped some of it. So that's why entry is important. The sooner you can get in on a trend that's just now occurring, and that's what this is showing us. A trend has changed from the upside to the downside. So now I can play shorts and play that all the way down. Now, had I got in up here, I wouldn't have worried about getting all stopped out there. I could have kept my stop way up here. I could have left my stop up there by VWAP and not worried about it. Even if it pulled back air, I was still guaranteed profit. The later you get in on a run, the more likely you are to end up losing money or making very little money. Doug, one of our paid members, do you have a question?
No, I screwed it up. I went to sell one contract.
Oh, well, you made money though, right? That's the important thing.
It was a good trade. So it was multiple positives in micro. I was a little negative on one trade, so all total the accounts $50.25 or something like that.
And how hard? What did you have to do to make that money? You had to click a mouse button once and then click it twice, right?
I sit through however many candles that was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And so forth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so you made $50 in a half an hour. How many jobs pay $100 an hour? Not a whole lot. Not a lot, right? And
I got,
sometimes you'll make $50 in 5 minutes or
I
a
got,
minute.
I got it a little early because I saw the double top there, caught the bounce, so I got it on the third red candle.
Oh,
That,
up here.
yeah,
Oh, that's even better, right? Now you were treating it different, right? You were playing off of levels. You incorporated two strategies in a roundabout way, right? You did the
yeah,
double top, which a double top means it hits in the same spot twice, which it did here and
yeah,
here. Usually it rejects on a double top and it'll pull down. In this case, it was a you know status quo. It hit it and rejected and started selling off.
yeah. And the best part about that is that double top. Where if you can zoom in on those candles
Mhm.
on the 2 minute at the very top there, green and red, those wicks are exactly the same height um, on my chart. Now you're on the CL chart. I'm on the MCL chart.
Yeah.
In the MCL chart, those wicks are exactly the same height,
Mhm.
and the bodies are almost identical. And then the next candle down was pretty much, well, the next two were my confirmation that we were going to be coming down. So I started as a scalp,
Mhm.
but as it developed and the indicators flipped and crossed over, I'm like, oh, this looks like a pretty decent PWO.
Yep.
And sure enough, it turned into one. So,
Yep. Yep. Sometimes just being at the right place at the right time. Now you were prepared to get out at any time, right? If it changed. So because you were above. This wasn't a perfect trade when you entered it, but you were trading off of a double top, which is one way to trade because you buy you go short on resistance, right? And on support you go long, right? Because it may bounce off the bottom. When it goes to a double top, it may pull back. So that is a trading strategy in itself. Coach teaches. Matter of fact, that is coach's favorites. It's trading off of double tops, double bottoms, or 3x tops or bottoms, quad bottoms, whatever. Right? The point is, it's sitting the same place.
and
And
when you hit the bottom of that, then when you hit the bottom of the triple bottom, I've
mm-hmm,
got a level at 72.66, and it just
mm-hmm,
kind of bounced around there for a minute.
yep, right
And,
there it is, right?
you know,
And
on
I
there,
added that line after the fact.
mm-hmm, I've had that one on there for a while, so I was interested to see what it would do around there. And it was still pretty heavy. I was watching the L2, and
Mm-hmm.
um, I didn't really think about getting out until that red candle just about touched the 21. I was like, I don't want one contract just to see. And then look at the next two candles. I mean, I'm glad I got out when I did.
Right.
So
Yep. Good job.
there
That
you
is how we do it every day. Now that was a EWO play. That is a longer play. You're getting in and you're going to let your runners run, right? And he decided to shed one contract out of the two that he had. He said he made a mechanical error, but thought was there, right? It's the thought that counts. So, when you do see a retracement, you can get rid of one and let the other one run to get maybe a confirmation because it very well could have went and pulled back down, right? Now, in this case, it didn't. It went down here. This basically it's a double bottom and bounced off the bottom. So now
go.
you could be jumping in and playing that off of here and running it back up.
Well, it's bouncing off of VWAP now. So if it gets
Mm-hmm.
heavy again, you can play it off of VWAP or the 21.9 on the way back down again.
Exactly.
And
So
stuff.
so we have a. Let me shrink this up. He's done multiple things here, right? This was the double top. Let me get my little clicky thing here. I'm not very good at drawing with the mouse. So he got in up here off a double bottom bounce, rode that all the way down to here, right? So he did that. Now we're at a double bottom, so now you could play off of that. So it consolidated here. Here's his double bottom because it touched over here, right? There's places over here where it came down and bang and touched it at that level. So where my yellow line is, basically, right? And now you could play the double bottom bounce back up, right? And ride it up here. Now, the inverse is the same. So when he came down, he had to deal with all these levels and all these indicators and being careful and being mindful and being actively involved in his trade as it broke through each one because each one is a potential that it will go the other way, right? So as he broke through, now as you go back up, you have to deal with the same points of resistance, the same indicators that may very well bounce off of on you. So you got to be even more vigilant while it goes up. Now, what did I tell you guys earlier? The VWAP is the strongest. Look where it's doing. It's breaking through a level, and there's VWAP right there. That yellow line, that's VWAP. So it may have trouble getting through that. It may even come up and touch it and reject back down. So if you're in this off the double bottom bounce, we did the double bottom, double top bounce, up, down, ran, and it turned into EWO, was below the indicator. So he kind of sort of incorporated. You really don't mix the two together. It just his scalp turned into a long trade, right? And now he's double bottom bounce, double top, double bottom, riding that up. Now he's going to thinking about playing off of VWAP. If this doesn't break through, it'll probably reject and come back down. So you could switch to a short and play that back down. If it comes back down to this line again, there's a very good likelihood that this could go back up and rinse and repeat. Now, if this breaks through, he's got other decisions to make. He's got other indicators. He's got different levels. Then he's got the 200 MA here. This could be another place right here where it's red. That's red line here. That's the 200. So we got to get through VWAP that first. If it's going to break and hold above that, that's great. That'll show a little bit more strength to go into the upside. Or it could reject, which happens more often than not because it's such a thing. People, especially if it sits here, and you can see it is. It's not violently trying to go through one way or the other. It's a point of indecision. I'll see the wicks touch that 1, 2, 3, 4. That's touched that VWAP 4 times. People will say, "Oh, we don't have enough volume and enough strength here to push that up through. I'm selling off," and that's what happens. That's why it rejects off because people get impatient. I'm taking my money and going home. All right. Now at any time, well, you can start pouring in here, right, and shoot that right through. Right now, I wouldn't be so confident of it breaking through VWAP. So I would have my finger on the button, getting ready to exit if I hadn't already. Me personally, I would have already exited because I'm impatient. That's just how I am. I'm a scalper, okay? But this is another place that we are trading. How do we know all this stuff? We learned this off by being a member of American Dream Trading. We learned that's how we learn these different strategies. There's at least 3 strategies that we've implemented in this one trade here, okay? Now we don't mix them together. So he was doing his scalp off the double top. Then he went to the double bottom. Now he's playing off the indicators, playing off VWAP. And it looks like it's probably going to reject, but you're going to wait till it breaks this level here because this is a historical level. So I wouldn't quite, even though it's sitting there, I wouldn't have entered the trade yet. I want to see it break and hold below this. Then you can play it down to the short. So that's the cool thing about having and being trained in all the different strategies that coach teaches as you learn how to do all these things. Is it easy? No, it's not. You got to learn to be able to train to recognize patterns and the different things that's going on here, right? Um, and then, but once you get that, these things just kind of come naturally to you, right? It's like learning a new language. When you learn a new language, you probably don't even think about it. I'm not bilingual, but some of you might be, and you don't even think um, about it. So there you go. So what's it doing here? Well, we could sit here the rest of the day and look at this. So we could. I ain't got nowhere to be. I got to get rid of my drawing tools here. I'm trying to get rid of all these extra lines, clicking on these things, get rid of them. Can't seem to click on it quite like I should here. That should get rid of it. Bam! I just wouldn't click. Got to have the pointy finger. There we go.
The middle slowed down, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it's that time of day, right? We don't usually see a lot of action in the metal sector in futures in the afternoon. It's now 2:30, right? So we already know that's how they act. That's how they live and breathe. They have their personality when they trade, right? We know at the opening in the evenings they tend to move at 7, 8 o'clock time period Eastern time. We've learned that through, I mean, we learned it on our own, right? As we began trading, wasn't anybody said, "Hey, gold trade's really good starting at 7 o'clock Eastern time every night." Doesn't happen every night, but more often than not, people start trading it. So, and then it's done around 10, 10:30 at the most. But there's never anything certain in life. You could take off in the middle of the night too, because you can trade just 23 hours a day. Go ahead, Doug.
Your favorite index fund calmed down a little bit today.
Uh huh. Wow. Doggone it. Man, look at that.
No, right?
Holy, where were we at when this was going on?
Training.
1240. We were training. Who's supposed to be paying attention to the trades we could have traded for real? We could have made real money. Again, I don't use real money when I'm training either. Our members were training. We were training together live on our Zoom call because they are paid members and they have that comes with their membership. So we were already training and talking various subjects and experiences, and we actually even talked about the trading psychology, what we deal with, how we go through, how we overcome barriers to our training. It's not just about numbers, right? It's not just about training robotically. There's a lot. Yeah. All right, Doug, I'm blaming you for that because you pointed it out. All right. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like
That's
that.
beautiful, Clark. How much money did you cost our entire group per person? That's 109 ticks. That's $50 from there to there per
It's
contract.
been training since 4 o'clock this morning. I is
I
fuck.
I understand that. Oh, why were you trading? Oh, why were you? How did you start training at 4 a.m.? Who the heck trains at 4 a.m., Doug?
Only smart investors. They get all their money in free market and then leave the rest of the market for the dumb people like us.
Mm-hmm. As part of your membership with American Dream Trading, if you're a VIP or VIP Gold above, we provide training and trading together as a group at 4 a.m. every single day. I love the pre-market. Also, that was a big part of my life for at least a solid year and a half. But it's where I learned and honed my skills. But membership does have its privileges. We're on a live Zoom call starting at 4 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, and that Zoom call goes through 4 p.m. Eastern time every day. And so you get up to 12 hours a day of live Zoom calls where you can ask questions. You can, what about this? What about that? Hey, take a look at this or take a look at that, right? Somebody maybe Doug was the Russell was his favorite, but the rest of us like gold, and we're over here pissing around with gold trying to make a couple bucks, and the Russell takes off, but Doug likes the Russell, and he happened to be looking, and he said, "Hey, you want to take a look at the Russell?" Now that doesn't mean go buy the Russell. It means, hey, go take a look at it, make your own decision. We're not a call out group. We don't tell people and our members to buy this or buy that, get in, get out. We don't do that. Why don't we do that? Well, the reason is very simple. We are not licensed financial advisors. Neither I or anybody else associated with American Dream Trading, any of the American Dream Trading's over 10,000 members, none of us are licensed financial advisors. So we can never give you financial investment or tax advice at any time. Anything you do see here on my screen or anything that comes out of my mouth is for educational purposes only. And so So when people say, "Well, should I buy this or that?" Well, you have to do your own research. You have to educate yourself. Let's run up here real quick. I've only answered one question that I'm aware remember. Let's take a look at YouTube Live. Well, look, Vegan Knowledge is there. Hey, Vegan, how's it going? You're my favorite there, darling. Um, I know her. I know what she looks like. I know how she sounds like, but I've never met her face to face. But we're best friends. Matter of fact, I like her better than the other person that she's living with in that household. I say that every day just because it gets Dawn's goat when I say that. Well, that's the thing. People come to American Dream Trading to learn, get the education, learn how to do this full time if that's what we want to do, how to make money in this market. We come for the education and trading, but people actually stay for our community because our community is a very tight knit group. And we have a wide range of age groups from 18 to 80. And we have a wide range of types of investing. People will swing trade, day trade. Like I say, any type of trading there is, we have members that trade that way, and they ask questions about it, and coach is able to educate us on all those different trading strategies. Fantastic. Even though I'm not a long-term investor, I still listen when coach is teaching on it because someday I may use that information, right? I might become a long-term investor. And maybe I'll get tired of day trading at one point in my life, and I'm going to buy and hold. Very great strategy, but it's a different strategy, right? Right now, I'm enjoying being a day trader, getting in and out of trades, and and getting off the market and not having anything sitting there to run. DMD Fitness. Yes, I was showing the wrong screen earlier. Candlestick Johnny, good to see you again. To start out, which would you recommend, TradingView or Weeble? Really doesn't matter who you start out with. You just have to master it. I like TradingView. I mean, you got to have a broker. So the software, the trading software comes with any broker. I don't care if it's Fidelity or Vanguard or Webull or, you know, Robinhood or, TOS. Everybody, whoever you open a brokerage account with will have its own software. So you do need to master whatever one. I like Webull. It's fully customizable, and that's the one I was showing my screen, the wrong screen earlier with, right? So this is my Webull. It's got all these little widgets and stuff that you can put on your screen. You can put them anywhere you want. You can have multiple charts, whatever you want on there. And most of your brokers have that. So there's no one best broker. I mean, everybody has strong opinions about what they use because they like it. The key is to get one that you like and master. I like Weeble. Coach teaches on Weeble on his live trading screen when he's teaching us. So that's why a majority of us have Weeble, because we didn't have anything when we joined American Dream Trading. So we just naturally, well, if coach is using it, then I'll use it. And it is. They're very good. I have no issues with them. If I want to take money out, it's in my bank account, my checking account the next morning. All I got to do is get online on my phone and say, send me $100. And when I wake up tomorrow morning, $100 will be in my checking account. So I like them. I haven't any issues. People like TOS. Everybody has their favorites. Use what you like. Since you want me to pick one, I would say start with Weeble. That way you can kind of follow along with coaches showing you just as visuals. And our training videos also feature the Weeble platform, right? So that might be more beneficial just to go ahead and start with Weeble. TradingView, this here TradingView, as you understand, has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. This is a charting software. That's its main purpose, is to chart. And I like it. It's visually appealing. There's a lot I can do with it, and I can open up, because I have the top tier package. I can open up 5,000 charts if I want to. So you're only limited by what your computer allows you to do. Lower tier plan is all you really need, but there is a limit on how many tabs you can open at one time before it says, oh, that's all you're allowed to open. So there is a limit. Where the upper tier, there's always limits to everything, but you'll run out of computing power before you'll exceed their limitations. I like it. Now I've taken an extra step, and recently I linked my Webull account to my TradingView account. So now I'm actually making all my trades here within my TradingView because I have my Webull account linked. There's a way to link your account and your brokers that you have. Again, your big boy brokers are not going to be linked to this. You can't do that. It's more of the minor brokerages, and Webull's one of them. So you can go to tradingview.com and see if your broker will hook up to. Webull does. I do know that. So, and what's the other one? The most people use out of the country. Let me log out of this. Interactive brokers. A lot of people use that, especially the ones that don't live in the United States, because we have members all over the world. A lot of them will use this interactive brokers. Now, I know their fees are higher. People use interactive brokers because they generally limited in their choices, but you can see there's all kinds of them here, right? There's my Weeble, right? And then there's a place here. If you click this, go to their website and see all the other brokers there. I haven't looked at it lately because no real reason for it to. Check that list out before if you want to do that. I love it. I actually enjoy trading through TradingView. I already have it charted. I don't have to have a whole bunch of other stuff opened up on my computer, right? So it reduces my computing requirements on a daily basis, even though I do still have 500 things open. I have 5 screens. I got stuff on every one of them. I like to see the pretty colors. I like to see the candles go up and down. Because you don't need all that. So with TradingView, basically all you need is the basic plan. And then when you join as a member, if you get a VIP Gold, crypto, or a futures membership, this comes with coaches indicators. Um, so, and you have to have TradingView for these indicators here to work. I mean, you don't have to have them, but it's really helped me my trade and my profitability over time. Once you understand how to use this information and all these things, it's on your screen. It's not a logarithm. It's a script, a pro computer script that you can put inside of TradingView with a few clicks, and then it automatically does all these things for you. So I guess that was a no answer, but Weeble, Weeble, start there because that's what Coach uses, and that's what you'll see on most of his videos is his Weeble brokerage screen. Solar panel cleaning company or solar panel cleaning channel. New here. I want to get training or follow someone in this course. I follow crypto, but want to learn day trading. Well, thank you for the kind words. He thanks us for the content. Yeah, there's different ways you can continue to watch us live daily. You can do that. Doesn't cost you a dime. You can sit there and watch that. Now, I will let you know this is a limited time. It's 2 hours a day, so I'm limited on how many questions or how much of a deep dive we can go into things, right? Because we're basically here to give you a taste of what we do at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So we also have paid membership plans for just about any budget level. We have, the lowest level, which has certain benefits to it, and we have the higher level ones clear at the top, which of course offers you everything. And then we have plans in between. So we do have things for everything in your budget. So take a look at that. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and take a look at that. First thing you need to do, and I would highly recommend it, their solar panel is go grab our free Discord. When you go sign up with our free Discord, uh, you get in there and you get you instant access inside uh, our stock lounge, and you can interact with other real members in our group, right? So you can ask questions. You can even fill out a help desk ticket if you have something specific that you really don't want other people to see, right? We have dedicated moderators. That's all they do every day is answer tickets, right? And it could be, people want to upgrade their memberships or whatever, right? Help desk could be for anything. You have a question, you can do that. But we have videos already, training videos that you can watch ahead of time that will answer a lot of those questions. So, and those are all free for you to watch. We actually have educational videos that's in there for you can watch for free on documents. And also on YouTube, if everybody would go to YouTube and go to our channel, American Dream Trading, you'll see there's over 2,000 videos there, educational videos you can watch for free also. But again, all of that is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm not going to apologize for this, but membership does have its privileges, right? You can get the lower level membership, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a limit, right? It's the least amount cost per package. It's a starter package, basically. It's a lower price for the budget. It's 125 a month if you pay monthly. You can pay annually, and you save a lot of money, but it's an entry. So what you can see and do, there is some limitations on it. If you go to VIP, you get a lot more. There's a lot more rooms available in the Discord. When you go to VIP Gold, that gets you. I would recommend actually you go VIP Gold because the VIP and up, VIP Gold gets you up to 12 hours of live training on a Zoom call where you can ask questions up to 12 hours a day. And the VIP Gold even gets you Saturday trainings. And also at those levels, everything that we do there is recorded for you to review at a later time. So if you have to go to work or, you got an appointment somewhere, you can always go back and watch the video. So I'll play that for you here in a bit. Let me run through some more questions because people are asking me and waiting impatiently. I hope that answered your question, solar panel. But if you don't want to do anything else, continue to watch us for free, absorb some of this information, and when you're ready to step up your game, then grab one of the memberships. Now, I will tell you, did I hear right, Doug, today that Coach is doing away with the 25% discount at the end of the week? I think I heard him say that, but I'm not 100% sure.
You did hear that correctly.
Okay.
That is correct. It was for the month of January.
Okay. Well, all right. Like I've been telling you guys all month, because it is a new year, Coach is offering 25% off on all memberships except for the crypto membership because that's our newest thing that we did. So we already have that priced at the really low to encourage people to join it. So that one's not available for the discount, but all of our memberships have a.
No diamond either.
Well, yeah. Right. Well, the diamond is not generally an entry level one. Um, Yeah, at the diamond and the crypto are not available for the 25% off. What she's talking about, diamond, we have a pay one time and you get every service that we offer. Even if we create new ones 5 years from now, you automatically get it. If we do other membership levels, you get it. We do additional trainings or things, you get it automatically, and it's a one time pay. And you never ever have to pay for anything again, no matter what we create or do or grow into. That's it's 20,000 a year. You can do it, or 20,000 one time, and you can do that in 4 easy payments if you so choose that. The first, and I believe there's a few more left. That also includes a 1 hour session with coach, personalized, literally personalized, just you and him sitting down over a call today, and it's recorded so that you have it forever. It's a one-on with him, and that there alone, there is a $6,000 value. Sit there with him for an hour, just you and him talking about whatever you need to talk about. So anyway, enough of that. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, grab the free Discord. That's the first step, and then take a look at it. And I will play a membership video here for you in a few minutes. Let me run over here and take a peek at TikTok. Differential materials. I have $50 in my account. Well, you're going to have a really rough time trading futures with $50 in your account. Most brokers, I mean, some brokers you can do it for 100 or less. The futures that you could trade with $50 is pretty limited. There's a couple you could trade, but you would have a rough time doing that. To open a new account with Webull, it's 500 minimum. Every broker has their minimum requirements to open a new account. Um, am I the only one who hears somebody chopping when somebody else talks? I don't know. I don't hear it. So maybe you are. Oh, destined to be great. When chopping when somebody, oh, is the other members when they talk, is their language chopped up? That's probably an internet issue because some days there's not a thing wrong with it. Somebody talk real quick, say something for more than 10 seconds.
Something I was going to say too, Mark, that that person that's got a $50 account, maybe they might want to go over to the stock portion of our Discord, and maybe they can be able to, when they're ready after all the training and practice with paper, trade penny stocks and stuff, and build their account up from there.
Yeah, good idea.
I was going to mention that too. It'd be a great place to start.
Great. Thank you for that. That is wise advice there. Now, was those two gentlemen's voices all choppy? Your feedback over there on TikTok, were they choppy? All chop. DJC says all chop. Well, I'm going to rack that up to being an internet issue either because they sound fine to me here. So whenever it leaves my home base and goes out into the internets, the interwebs, there might be a connection issue there. Yeah, I know that's very aggravating. Because I listened to I'm always trying different things here and trying to get my. Oh, I see right here. Yeah, it is an internet. Even though I have a good speed, my frames per second are dropping for some reason. Why? I've never.
I'm not getting you choppy, but there's
No.
sometimes where you sound like you're speaking really fast, like I have you on fast forward.
Well, I talk that way, so that's probably normal.
No,
No, no. Within our paid member Zoom, it's fine. It's after it because basically we're doing 3 jumps to get just to TikTok and YouTube. So, we're hooked up and then it comes back to my computer. Then it goes through the broadcasting software. Then it goes to another thing, which restream, which distributes it to all the social networks. So there's extra bounces in there. And if my would happen to drop a little bit, I guess it chops it. I apologize for that. We'll just tell the members to be quiet. They'll probably blow up since they can't talk, but it is what it is. Yes, I sound fine as them because I am speaking directly into my software where they're in a Zoom call, which comes into the software and then it goes. So there's a step between me and them. And it's got to be related to my internet. I could probably close this feed down and restart it and then it might be okay, but we'll just skip that part. All right. Anyway, back to, yes, $50. You'll have a tough go. I would just keep adding to your account to give you more room to play with. You can trade penny stocks that way if you want to learn that type of strategy. Hi, Waffle. Good to see you there, my buddy from up north, my little Connect buddy. Okay. Rookie Rodriguez, I thought double bottom meant what happens when it goes back to back on the same day. It could be the same day. It could be a week. It could be a month. Sometimes it doesn't actually get back down to a certain level. You could have, multiple places and it never breaks through. The longer the distance between them, yes, the harder that it is to break through either up or down that level. Now, if it retests quicker, the odds of it breaking through are increased. Doesn't mean it will, but the more retest it gets to a certain level, just like taking a piece of glass with a little toy hammer, right? And you're tapping on that glass. The more you tap on it, it's not going to break immediately, but the more you keep tapping on it, that glass starts to get weaker, right? And then eventually it'll break. So it's the same way, like in that market with double tops, double bottoms. So the more times it retested in a shorter amount of time, yes, um, that makes that more likely to break through. But you are right. It can be over a long period. It could be the same period. It could be a day, week. Sometimes things just go up and never come back down for a long time. So you won't see a double bottom if the price just starts steadily climbing. All right. See Doug and Juan, and Big Gamer Dad over there. David, thanks for the follow. User 409665788737137. Welcome. Grinding 404. Is volume required to drive the stock higher? Yes, it is, Grinder. Volume is the gasoline in the engine. Okay, without gas in your car engine, you could drive it for a while, but eventually you're going to run out of gas and come to a complete halt, right? And if you happen maybe be up on the hill and you ain't got no brakes, you're going to roll back down the hill, right? You have no forward momentum, being able to generate forward momentum because you ran out of gas. Okay.
Perfect analogy.
There you go. Oh, thank you. Now, of course, all you do is put it into gear, but whatever. You know what I mean. But yes, volume is what drives the price. Now, volume can drive the price up or price down, but it is volume. It will move the price. Volume is volume. It's not, if you happen to have a lot of sellers coming in with that volume, well, then your price is going to drop. If you have a lot of buyers with a lot of volume, your price is going to drop. Low volume can also cause a price to drop. There's not enough people in there wanting to buy it, so the price doesn't go up. So those that are already in the trade, that already own it, start to get nervous because it's not going up in price. So once they start getting nervous, it sits there too long, whatever their definition of too long is. If it sits there too long, then the price will drop because they're like, heck with this. I'm taking my money. I'm getting out of here. The price ain't going up no more. I'm done. I'm getting out. And they'll sell it and take their money and go somewhere else, maybe reinvest it. So, good question. Yes, volume is the gas. Now, volume is not necessarily means it's going to go up. It just means it's going to move, either up or down, depending. How much can you make a month trading? Well, it's up to you. It depends on your account size, how much you have, how well you do as a trader. We don't make any promises how much you can make a month. We had one of our multi-millionaires today make 150,000 in a matter of what? Was it even 2 hours? Not even, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. But he's got a very large account, so it takes money to make money. You don't, it's just you don't look at it that way. You can't. I mean, yeah, you see these, and I blame social media for that attitude, right? Or commercials on TV. So just media in general. Well, if you buy my $6.95 e-course, you too can drive Lamborghinis. Look at me, and you'll see these young kids standing in front of probably their father's Lamborghini, or they want, whatever. And they may have done something to be. I know young kids that have Lamborghinis, right? Because they've done some things in their life to acquire them. Sometimes it's daddy's money, but so don't be. Those are unicorns, and those things happen even within our group. We have that we are aware of on a daily basis who are open about how well they trade. because not everybody is open about how much money they make. Within our community, I share my profits. I don't say it publicly on the social medias. I have, but I kind of shy away from that. But within our own paid members group, I share my successes and my losses, right? I don't really care, right? Um, I do well every day, but how much can you make? It's limited, first of all, by your bank account size, your experience in your training, and how well and how disciplined you are. To say, if you join American Dream Trading, you'll make $2,000 a month in your first month. Well, we don't do that. We don't make any promises. We don't even infer any promises. That one of our members made $150,000 today. With that, we don't even say that's the norm. He's got a I'm not going to say how much he's got, but everybody in our group knows how much money he's made in the last 2 years. He's got multi millions. Matter of fact, both of them. There's two of them that are very vocal that are willing to share with our group, and they both had basically $1 million months in the month of January. Matter of fact, the ones I think I haven't heard lately. I didn't hear him today. I got off earlier. He may have his second month in a row making nearly $1 million. So, but they have the money they can make. Where I can only make a $500 trade, they're putting 500,000 in, right? So they're playing the big boy game, right? With As your account grows, you can buy more contracts. So you can start out, you buy one contract, right? You can buy one contract, and then as you build your account over time, then you can buy two contracts. So now you can use two contracts to buy the same thing. Now you're making double what you could with one, right? So you go from making $10 on a couple minute trade to making $20 on a couple minute trade. And then you do that over and over, and then over time, whatever that time is. Again, we never say anything that you're going to join us and you will make this kind of money. So then once you build your account up, now I can buy three contracts. So now instead of making $10, now I'm making $30 a trade, right? When I get up to four, instead of making $10, now I'm making 40. And that's how over time, right? Simple math. The more you have, the more contracts you can buy, and the quicker your money can grow. It takes money to make money. It's pure and simple. But I started off with 700 in my account, and I was only able to afford to buy one contract at a time. I was buying oil, as a matter of fact, and I kept doing it. I would get $5 or $10 gain on that individual trade. I would bank it, get in, get out, get right back in, make another $5 or $10. Sometimes I get lucky; it would pop, and I'd make 20 or 25. Take the profit, re-enter, and rinse and repeat all day long, over multiple days, multiple weeks, multiple months, and now I can afford to buy. I'm not going to say everything, but pretty much I can buy at least one contract of anything now that's not Bitcoin, obviously, but most of the ones that we trade, I can buy at least one contract. Now, I actually removed tip money out of my account because I use it to pay down some debt. So, yes, and we have members that do that every day. Now, we have members that lose money every day also because they don't follow the rules. They don't apply the learning. They're just throwing money at it and hoping that it goes up, right? So, one thing I can assure you, you will acquire, if you are as a member of American Dream Trading, over time, you will acquire a skill to do what we are doing here. Over time, it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? Everybody learns differently. It took me about, probably, I would say, 10 months for the light bulb finally went off, and I realized I knew what the heck I was doing, even though I was very successful my first year and last year, right? Been doing this for a little over 2 years. But I knew I did right away. I decided I wanted to do this full time, but I didn't have the education to do this as a day trader in and out. But I listened to Coach and watched his videos and asked questions and was there every day listening and learning. And over time, I gained experience and was able to over time. It didn't happen overnight, but it was really about the 10-month period when I feel the light bulb finally went on and stayed on, right? I started making less dumb mistakes, right? Going against things. Though I still make dumb mistakes, yes. Matter of fact, I lost $400 a day doing dumb mistakes. Now I gained that back over time, but all the work that I did to get that, I gave it right back. And because I made poor decisions. It's not that I didn't have the training to do what I should have done. I just made poor decisions on when to enter a trade, and I paid financially for it. Quite simply, I broke one of coach's rules. And that's what cost me money. So yes, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes education, and quite frankly, getting in here and training and doing the work. Most people aren't willing to do the work. They think they see these TikTok kids and think, I'm going to be driving a Lamborghini like him in a month. That doesn't work that way, folks. If you believe that that's how it happens, then I don't know what you're smoking. I want some of it myself. Okay, let me scroll down. We are talking about futures. Nice to see you again, Miss My Honda Fix. Good to see you go again. Thank you for the likes. Repairman, Waffle. Okay, yeah, our guests are Mike. Well, we look at M and Q when I do an entry when it's running like this. Yes, actually, M and Q is, what time of the day is it? It's power hour now, so it'd be, you wanted M and Q, right? You wanted a NASDAQ 1000. Yep, we can do that.
All four of those marks were running at the same time in the same
Oh,
track.
yeah, I'm sure they were. Uh, This is micro NASDAQ 100. The NQ is the mini version of this, E-mini, which is the big boy one. All right, so what do we got going on here? Well, let me see. I haven't traded this one for a while, so I can't say that my lines are all that accurate, but I have lines on here. It's a map. I got something to work with. So you can see we just had a nice run. All right, so I didn't get into EWO as it was going up, so I'm switching to scout mode. Do I want to enter this trade? Do you want to see me make money on this trade? Well, let me take a look and see if it's worth entering it. I'm not even going to look. I'm not even going to use the L2. Let me get this on market order. My stop ready to go. Obviously, I want more than that. Put my ticks in. Go ahead.
It's at a historical level top, so we should get a bit of a retest or retrace.
Yeah, and it's also at a high, almost at the high of the day. Well, it is at the high. I don't know if it's for the day, but it's highest on my screen. So
Yeah,
there may
so
be a pullback.
you're down, right?
Well, I don't know. It hasn't decided. This just may be a pullback. If I'm on a 5 to 7 candle rule, which I learned at American Dream Trading, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look, the 7th candle pulled back. Imagine that, right? Does that happen every time? No, but it sure happened there, didn't it? It's a general rule, and it holds true more often than not. So this is just a pullback as far as I'm concerned. Why? Because it's above the 200, it's above VWAP, it's above these levels, it's above the 9, the 21, and the 55. Now, the 9 is getting heavy. It shows heavy because it pulled back, okay? But do I want to sure. And where'd it go? There it is. There's my L2. Uh, so what concerns me about this is it's pulled back from its high. Tells me right here that was a high. It doesn't mean it can't keep going. There's nothing. Now we are in power hour. That's my other. I don't trade the power hour for this very reason. Is that it's a highly volatile part of the day. It's the last part of the day. People are getting in and out, right? They're canceling selling their contracts off, taking their money, being safe until they decide to invest again. So they're going to lock in their profits, which means they're going to sell, which means the price could potentially drop. However, once it starts dropping to a certain level, people will see that as a value buy and they'll start jumping in and then they can run the price back up. You never know. Now, the real volatile time comes in the last 10, 15 minutes of the day, right? The very end of the day, the very beginning of the day, the two most volatile times. Now, right now, this says this is still a good trade had I entered it in on EWO, which if I'd have been in EW, well, holy cow, look at, why did somebody, who's watching these EWOs? Who's in charge here? We should enter this clear back here at 10 to 1. What were we doing at 10 to 1? Doug. I'm blaming Doug for everything today. Doug's the redheaded stepchild today. We're going to treat him like that.
We were training, sir. Training last training.
So there's 2 that we missed out on, huh? No, it wasn't.
There's 4.
I know there is.
All 4 indexes are
All right.
You made 4 trades, 4 EWOs.
Bought a new yacht. Bought a new yacht. Now, what I'm waiting on here, I'm going to wait for a break and hold, even though I made this yellow, even though this is the new high is up here, basically where this white line's at. It's close enough for, it's off a couple cents, but I'm going to leave that line there because I have that line for some reason, whether it's accurate. But my first thing, I'm going to wait for this to break and hold above this level because that's where this one was at, right? The body of this candle. So I'm not going to just jump in this willy-nilly. I'm going to be patient. We're going to look at this. We're going to trade it live. Okay. I'm loaded up. I'm ready. I sure don't want to buy 40 contracts, right? I'm just going to put 5. It doesn't matter. This is fake money. I'm not really making real money here, right? Could I switch over my live account and do it? Yeah, but I'm not about to while I'm talking, answering questions. When I'm trading, I'm focused on what I'm doing. I will never trade my real money anytime when I'm training. Not worth the risk. I already made good money. What is EWO? It stands for Elliott Wave Oscillator. That's what you see down here. It's a mathematical formula built into this that makes it do this thing here. And it's incorporated with Coach's strategy. That's what it stands for. Mr. Elliott is the one who developed that whatever years ago. All right, so we'll sit here for a few minutes. If you get bored, let me know. But well, I want to see if this breaks through. If not, or if it's going to reject. If this candles start getting below this blue line here, that's my 9 EMA. I will make a decision now. If it goes below it right now, I'm going to wait till it breaks below this level before I would decide to enter on the downside. And even then, I'm going to be a little bit cautious because this indicator, this green line, is right up there. So I will probably more likely wait till it gets about there at its present location. Now these adjust continuously, but so I am going to wait on a break. And what else am I going to wait on, Doug?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to wait on a break, and what else at this level? There you go. Where'd you learn that, Doug?
BH.
EDT, baby. There you go. It could break above it, but if it doesn't hold up there, it could pull right back and take all my money. So I'm going to wait for a break and hold. What does that mean? That means I want to see a candle get up here, and then I want to see the start of a formation of a next candle, like this candle here, and then this one came up. The next one's kind of sitting on the shoulder of the next one. That's what you want to see. So there's my candle that's getting up there. Now it's hitting that level here, which was the previous high. So it could very well reject and not go that high again the rest of today, right? People get nervous, or people could get excited that it's breaking through a new high of the day, and the price can go up. So this is basically a big decision point here. My guess is it probably is not going to go. It's going to hang out right here and probably go sideways the rest of the day, unless people decide they want to take your profits for sure because it doesn't break through. I don't know what it's going to do. My feeling is because it's back up to the new high day level. If the new high day was way up here, yeah, I would say you probably got a better chance of. It's just a personal opinion. I have no factual basis to this. I'm just saying. Uh, but when it's at a new high and it's fighting against that continuously, that's another barrier. It's more of a psychological barrier. There's no reason it can't. People want to spend the money and start throwing money in here and increase the volume. It'll blow right through that. It's a psychology thing, right? Psychological. Well, that's a new high day. If the new high day was already previously way up here and now it's fighting to get back up, that's a different story. It's more likely than not to try to work its way back up. But because this is the new higher day, that's not a 52 week, is it? No, 22,000. It's went up to 21,748, which is where it's at now. So yeah, 22,400. It's got a long way to go before you get to a 52 week high. So we'll sit here and we'll watch this for a few seconds. I'm not going to sit here all day, but this is a decision I've already made. This is my line in the sand. I will not enter this trade unless it breaks and I have another candle hold above this. But even then, I'm going to wait and see, is it going to break through this new high of day? Because that's a psychological barrier. And I know this, that says right here on my chart, that's the high of the day. If I really want to, I can just grab this line and slide it down to there. What was the new high of day? 25. Off just a hair. Sometimes there we go. There we go. My white line here, that was the high of day. You can see this wick here. So I'm definitely going to wait. I would really wait to get up to here to really see what's going to happen. Now, if this changes, it gets heavy, people start selling off, my line in the sand to enter is down here. So I'm a man with a plan. I went for a break and hold up here, or I went for a break and hold down here for a downward short. Right now, they're thinking about it. It's banging its head. Like I said, I don't really believe right now, just from my experience, and I could be easily proven wrong in the next 2 minutes, right? That it's going to break and take off. But we'll see. If it is, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm not forming a bias. I'm just, whatever. So I'm right here's at our critical level. Do I want to jump in yet? Nope. I want to see it. I want to see that extra candle there, right? Because that's the new high of day. That now this is the new high of day, of course. So, but I'm going to wait for another candle. Oh, look at that! I missed out on all that. But you'd have been in and out so quick, I wouldn't have had time to react. So I'm being patient. An expert scalper would have made hundreds of dollars off that burst right there. But I want to see. I'm not chasing candles. Let's put it that way. Chasing candles will wreck your account if you're not really good. And I just assume not have that where I got to click click real quick. Not that I don't. All right, just sitting up here.
21,697 is yesterday's high in global XY.
690. Oh, that's right where it's at right now. Here, right here. Ooh, so let's see. Now there's the information I didn't know. Oops, I'm off just a hair there. They see I wasn't aware of that information. Right there's Aaron had very good information. Again, my chart's not updated because I haven't been trading this actively. So this was yesterday's high day. So that's another piece of information that I didn't know till just now. As you could see, it's getting up there. So I'm not going to now that I have additional information because another paid member provided that to me, benefit of membership. Did Aaron say don't buy it? No, he didn't. He just provided a piece of information. It's up to me to interpret that. He said this was yesterday's high, right? So that is another barrier that we have to be aware of. Thank you for that, Aaron. And those are the kind of things we share with people. Levels. I got a level at 2167.75. Oh, I didn't have that one. Oh, thanks. And they'll put, they can draw a line in. But they'll still go back and confirm that that's just not some bogus number we called out, right? We never tell people when to enter or exit trades. It's up to you to decide that. Again, we're not a call out group. So it's a good thing I did jump in there, right? That wick, even though it didn't quite hit the high of the day, it was off just a little bit. Again, trading in the markets is like throwing hand grenades, right? Close counts. So people, they know that this was the high of the day. So why would I want to hold on to my profits? Why not take it right before it hits it? Because other people might do the same. Traders are very paranoid people, aren't we? We'll lock in. Did you? Good for you.
Hey. Right at the bounce, right about to the 9 and got out right at the top there. It was kind of fizzling at the top. So I made like one contract, $16 in paper.
There you go. Yeah, see, it's holding its own up here, so that's encouraging, right?
Excuse me, Mark.
Yes, sir.
I've got today's high at 21,748.25. I'm sorry, 21,749.25. Is that?
Well, we're at 21,697 right now. So yeah, your number's a little off.
That was today's high that made in go back, but yesterday's high is the 21,697. Yeah, it did wake up to there. I saw that right before the open.
Yeah, just off a little bit. That's all. 697.
Something to consider that we ran into as well today. Mark, contract end times.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I just clicked buy just to jump in this just to see. Again, this would have been my entry here, ideally, right? Contracts do have their contract. They do expire. They do have a limit on their time. Most of them are 3-month time periods, but not all. Some are monthly. Generally, they end at every month, but it ends a few days before that, so that there comes a point where you can't trade your contract, even though it's not the actual end of the month. It may say it's a January contract, but it actually ends a few days before the end of January. So sometimes you'll try to trade something and you'll wonder why you can't trade it. Well, there's an expiration date, and it's clearly stated in the contracts. You can find that information at the CME website, or if you have a trading widget like this, I can click here, and I happen to be trading the March contract. So actually, if I would stay in this contract, it actually expires on March 21st instead of March 30th or 31st, right? So we ran into that last night and today. We had a few members that got in and they're like, hey, my screen's different than your screen, or prices aren't the same. Well, the reason is because it just so happened that yesterday a lot of these contracts, that was it. They were done for, right? So you have to switch to the next month's contract or the next quarterly contract. So, but I'm glad it happened. But we do speak on it. Aaron did an extensive trading on it at one time, but we haven't really talked about it recently. So a lot of our new members that came in like, "What the heck's going on?" And I'm glad it happened because then we talked about it today in our training session. Because there's so much you can learn and talk about and deep dive into. That was just something that we hadn't trained on for a while. So I'm glad it happened. So now the newer people are aware of that also in our group. So that's how we learn and grow. Sometimes, we take things for granted, but somebody new coming in, has a question and it's like, oh yeah, we haven't talked about that in a long time. So they bring it up and everybody gets that's why we encourage people to ask questions because the question you ask may be the question somebody was too embarrassed to ask, or they didn't want to make people think less of them because they had that question, right? So we always encourage people to ask questions, never be afraid to ask questions. Now, can I lock in my profit? Yeah, I can go right here, right now, and bang, there it is. I made $10 on that in whatever, a minute, right? That's one way to get out of a trade. Now, could I held on to that and wait and see if it breaks through here? Yeah. But I could also do the same thing. I can jump right back in, do the same thing all over again. I can go bang, right? And I can jump right in there. And now I'm in the trade again. Now, because I just jumped in willy nilly. Now I'm down $10. So that $10 I just made, it just threw away, right? Now I'm down 15. It did break and hold above the new level. My rule that I have for myself, and it's a teaching of coaches, right? It's whether you want to choose to ignore it or embrace it or not, is always when you enter, if it's coming at a new levels, wait for the break and hold before you jump in. And I didn't. Look what happened. Now I'm down $75. Now, can this bounce right back up? It could, but I have a stop loss down here. If this pulls back, actually, I need to have this down here a little bit right there.
So I got in, and then I found a purchase for $28.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Just?
stopped.
Did you say the word just?
No, I'm sorry. I made $28.
There you go.
No.
Green is green, and we don't care about the amount.
But I set my stop above my buy price.
Mm-hmm.
As it was going up, I adjusted it so that
Cool.
way.
You locked in your profits.
Yep, exactly. And I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, and that's working and doing this at the same time.
Yes. What Kay said was she made, I know the members are garbled. I don't know if they still are today or at this moment. Were their voices garbled just now? I don't know if they got any better connection or not. Somebody at TikTok or YouTube could say so. Just some feedback on the audio. Anyway, she said that she got in on this trade earlier than I did. And as it went up, she was able to slide her stop up and lock in her profits. She made, well, she said she made just $28. No such thing as just. You build your account on green, whether it's $2, $5, $1,000. It's every day that you can add to your account. That's that much more you can trade the next day. Thank you, Dylan, on that. Still choppy. So, so that's a fact. So now she has $28 more in her account. She's learning also. So she's a very valuable addition. She asks questions a lot. She talks. She yells at me once in a while. I get on her case. No, she
I was
doesn't.
going to say, yeah, well, I deserve to get yelled at. Yesterday I posted intentionally that I took a trade between meetings and I was done for the day. Like, idiot. I took another trade. I was at the office and our internet here is horrible, and I know that. And I got disconnected and it cost me $150.
There you go. So she got disconnected out of her trading where she shouldn't be trading at anyway. She's supposed to be working for her employer, not trading. But then again, you're speaking to a guy who was a manager in a factory for 40 years and dealt with that very thing with other employees. So I'm biased against you doing that. But anyways, when she was in between meetings, she ended up losing money. So uh, don't do that. You want to actively manage trades. I mean, you can have stops
Yeah.
are there to stop it. And it did stop her from wrecking her account. It did exactly what it was designed to do, setting your stop so that you limit the maximum amount of money you can lose, right? I'm going to just keep this right here, give this a little bit of room to breathe. We're running out of time. It's going on 3:30. I expect people to start profit taking, right? You may get a big run up, maybe, who knows? But I got a stop loss. Again, it's not real money, but I'm still, when you paper trade, you need to trade your account to the size of like, and treat it like you're really trading your real money. If you make a mistake, yes, it doesn't cost you real money, but you need to develop that mentality. Yeah, this is just fake account, but it is trading in real time. So if this was real money, you're going to treat it a whole lot different. So train your brain to pretend that this is real money. See how my stop worked? Came down, the candle pulled back, and it stopped me out. Now, why did I lose money when everybody else made money? What was the difference? Entry, right? They entered down here where it should have been. I entered up here. So my potential to make profit was a lot less than the people that got in down here, right? Now, ideally, we'd have got in a long time ago, right? So, again, I was talking to if I would have I'm not going to make excuse, but that's not what stops are designed for. And it also shows you that entry is the key to profits. The later you get in, the less likely you are going to be able to make profit, and more likely you're going to get stopped out because you don't know when it's going to pull back on you. I could have made my stop wider down here, and I'd still be into trade, but I'm not enthused about this anyway because we're right there at those levels that we talked about earlier. So. Yes, Dylan. I've tried to repeat what she said. She lost money on because she was at her place of employment and had meetings. And the time she come back, their internet's not the greatest there, and it got disconnected, and she lost money. But her stop prevented her from losing too much. Thank you for that feedback, Dylan. I appreciate it over there on TikTok. And DJ Steve J, man with two first names, or three, unless he really is a disc jockey. Um, Feedback over there on YouTube. Yeah, it's on my end. I'm convinced of that. So we'll see. I'm not dropping frames, and my internet connection is good. So I don't. At my end, it looks good. So it's when it leaves me and goes out into the interwebs. Um, Anyhow, good. I see the
I
hand.
think sounds good here on this side, Mark.
Yeah, it does, because you're on our member Zoom call, so we only have one hop. Well, when it leaves me, it's going through two additional hops before it even gets to TikTok and YouTube and all the social medias. So yeah, it's aggravating. Then tomorrow will be just fine. So it is an internet issue, uh, mine or out there somewhere. More likely, it's yeah. All right. Have a great day. Trade smart. So, Matt, got a question, comment?
I'm setting up my desktop features, and I'm kind of hearing from what you had a few days ago, about a week ago, on your Webull setup. So you had, at one time, you had, for example, Bitcoin and Bitcoin on the top chart. You had one at the bottom that it says M6EZ4, like a little small chart. Is that similar to what Coach is doing as far as watching SPY with Apple kind of deal? Or I'm just curious what the two charts are for. I can post it if you need to see it. Mark, you there?
Sorry, I muted myself again. Haha, I couldn't make it one whole class without unmute myself. Um, yes, I have. I'm sharing my screen with you right now. You can hear me, right?
I just see
Yeah.
I don't know
Right. Yeah. You can do it however you like. You can put 10 charts on there if you want, right? It's whatever you like. You just open another chart widget and put it and resize it. You can make it bigger, smaller, and move it around, put it in different places. Whatever you like. You'll see as time goes by, you'll evolve it. I don't match Coach's screen. I got my own preferences, right? Not one any better than the other. It's whatever you like. That's what matters. You got to live with it every day, right? So,
Oh, cool. Thanks.
yep. I just have these on there just to show people that, there's widgets and I can take this and move it over here, or I can put it on this side, or I can put it on that side, and put it down here, right? I can make this smaller, I can make this bigger, I can grab this and resize it, type of thing. Actually,
I think it came off the wrong way. So my question was, so you're on your Weeble setup that you have, I took a
yep.
screenshot of it.
Oh, okay.
And
That's probably
yes,
this one.
I'm basing that to my setup.
Mhm.
So you, for example, you have the watch list on the top left, you've got the
Yep.
quotes in the middle, on the bottom
Uh,
you have calendar, at the bottom you have and then on the charting you have the top, you have on this particular screenshot you had
yeah.
Bitcoin mini, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, it's oil today, but yeah. So I know what you're
Okay, so
saying.
that was that. But the one underneath, Mark, at the very bottom, next to the
Mhm.
clock, you had a small little chart. Is that something you keep like on MS Main to just follow, similar to a coach has?
No, I
Apple?
don't. I don't use. Well, I don't use this in real life, Matt. Quite on. I just never deleted this setup. It's just something I pop up here
Okay,
to
that helps.
show social media. My trading screen. I have my Turbo Trader. I have my main chart. I have my favorites list, so I can quickly trade. I click on this, and it changes it to anything that on my on watch list that I like to trade. And I also have my futures widget down here, which has everything that Webull will allow us to trade. And I have like a clock or something on there just so I can see what time it is on there. The rest of this stuff, I don't use. There's time of sales. I don't use time of sales at all. Some people, it's just whatever you like. I just kind of have this just to show. I can come up here and play around with this, move things around, and not have to worry about it. I'm screwing up my real trading setup, right? Because all it is literally this here: turbo keys, a chart, my watch list, the quote widget, and the futures tab that I can pull up any of the futures that Webull allows us to
You
trade.
know, like when you start something new, even though it's very familiar, it's very identical, it's still kind of new. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like, like find like nuances I didn't know. For example, when you buy contracts with a stock, for example, you don't have to worry about it being a reverse, inverse of the previous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those little nuances I'm finding out. So pretty cool shit. So, good
Yep.
stuff.
Cool. Yeah. So what Matt was asking, he was asking about my setup here. I know it's coming across choppy, but you can, Coach has his, you see his. He don't usually change his around. It's the same thing every day, and he has many charts on there for specific reason, right? He's got a logic to why he has it on there, and he doesn't change his around. He's got the same thing. The stuff that he has on his chart, he has it there for a logical reason, and everybody has their own preferences what they have on a chart. I just use this one here to show what you can do. Like I say, you can move things around. And it's a personal preference, and you'll find over time your personal preferences will change. Well, I really want to see this too, but I don't really use this anymore, so I'll delete this and add that. So, and that's the nice thing about these softwares. You can save different layouts, right? So here's all the different layouts I have on that I can pick from, and 95% of them I could delete, and it doesn't matter, right? So, but you could create different ones for different reasons, right? Plus, you have the built-in ones that come with software to kind of give you an example, right? So I can pick any one of these. I can pick this one right here, right? And that's just a simple price ladder. If I don't like that one, I can pick a different one. If I want to do this one here, it's now I got multiple charts and they each have their own, you know, buy and sell button. So I could actually work on doing two different trades at the same time by stacking them that way, right? Now, of course, I would resize these. So, this turbo button, I could be trading two things at one time, all in the same screen, right? Instead of having it on different tabs. Maybe you want to multi-trade four things. You could do the same thing. So it's really unlimited what you can do, right? It's limited by your computer's power, right? But personal preference. I don't trade more than one thing at a time, so I don't need to have that screen because I'm not going to trade more than one trade because I get discombobulated and get distracted. For the same reason, I don't use my real account when we're training. I don't want to wreck my account, so I want to just pay attention to the girl I brought to the dance and so on and so forth. So as you can see, it did come up here basically to the new high day range, right? Previous day high range, and it just pulled back. Still have about 25 minutes left in the trading day, so anything could happen. More than likely, if anything's going to happen, it's going to be in the last 10 minutes of the power hour when everybody's trying to close out their trades. So look at that big pullback. There's people dumping shares right now, dumping their contracts. Look at that gigantic. Um, that's a 130 tick pullback at what? $1.25. So that's $150. Holy cow! Look at the money you'd have made on that. Holy moly! They all are. Nasdaq is too. That's a wow. Now I wish I'd have been in that one, but this is very volatile.
$62 scalping paper on
Yep.
that.
So there's this measuring tool. So that's 250, and it's $1.25, right? Per tick. Is that right on Nasdaq? I can't forget. I haven't traded it for a while. No, no. Yeah, it's 50 cents. Yeah, it's 50 cents. So that's still $150 just right there. Could have made with one contract. Imagine if you had 5 of them or more, right? This just from here to there in less than 2 minutes, you'd have made $150. Tell me what job that you have pays you that much in 2 minutes. Now again, this is extremely risky because this could have came down here, and if you didn't get out of the trade fast enough, it could pull back and take away everything that you had. So look at that. That's yacht money there. That's you'll see probably the other indexes mirror this, right? Oh, they're all doing it. Even the euro's pulling. What's going on? There's got to be something going on here because even the currencies are pulling.
It's black and white.
Yeah, what's going on here? There's somebody's on TV talking somewhere. This is not normal. Gold's pulling back substantially, and these are things that don't close at the end of the day.
No.
There's something going on. On the TV somewhere, somebody in the world is talking.
Everything's down except oil. Oil's the only one going up.
Well, oil goes up on fear, right? Well, there might have.
News came out.
Yep, somebody said that T word, didn't they?
Yeah. Crude oil prices supported by dollar weakness and tariff concerns. So everything else is dumping and crude oil going through the ceiling.
Ralph, are you in euros, buddy?
Holy
Holy crap!
I'm not at anything.
I mean, I ain't either. Look at that. So, see, you're seeing live some news. Somebody opened their pie hole. Somebody that has power in their speech, and something's going on here. This is more than just the end of the day sell-off. This is abnormal. I mean, you'll see these crazy things happen, but generally they'll go up and down, up and down. You know, you'll see the volatility. So that's 70. That's 80 ticks. How much is 80 ticks on the euro itself, Ralph? Oh, look at that. So
That's about $1.25. That's about $1.25 a tick. So just like in there.
The Russell is coming all the way down to pre-market low or overnight low in the London market time.
So here's the thing about a trade like this. If you try to jump in and catch that,
oh yeah,
it's liable to just come right back.
Oh, you're gonna get wrecked.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's to rip your face off. You don't. Now this is a little bit different than the end of the day. You know, now it's below the indicator. Look at, lordy.
Yeah, this thing's everything's dumping.
So,
I mean,
there's lots of money being made here, folks. People that are shorting this are buying new yachts right now.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Somebody's stalking somewhere in the world. Somebody powerful.
It's just rebalancing. It's coming back down to the overnight lows, and all the gains they're sweeping now.
This doesn't happen to oil. This does not happen to oil either. Look at that thing taking off.
This is nuts.
Tariffs, Mr. T, the tariffs official, I believe.
Well, that's what it has to be, right? So, yep. So that's the indices, that is bad news for them. It should cause the metals actually to go up because of the fear, the fear of that. So I would actually expect that was a knee jerk reaction. You will see the metals balance out, if not go up over
Silver
time.
already
Yeah,
gold is
see,
on its recovery. So yeah, that was just a holy smoke moment.
that was, but the indices, the stock market itself, no. That is, they don't want to hear that news at all, right? Because now you got 500 companies there. Currency markets don't want to hear that because that affects their country, the euro, right? It's going to cost more to ship things to our country or and vice versa, right? It could start a trade war. I mean, there's all kinds. I'm not going to get into whether they're good or bad. I have my own opinion, right? But my opinion don't matter right now. This is what matters, right? They don't like it. So look what's happening here. Again, that's a fear. It's a knee-jerk reaction, right?
Exactly.
And he's saying it at the end of the day. So will this carry over, and can you capitalize on it? Well, the market's opened back up after it shuts down here in half an hour in the futures market. It will reopen at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. Uh, does that, we'll see what happens here. So be caution. Well, look, soybeans aren't affected. Oh, that's because we grow them here. We ain't worried about tariffs. Sorry. Uh, so when fear is one place and you're afraid to play it, go find something safer. Oh, let's go play soybeans, right? Or whatever, right? Or learn how to capitalize on them things. That's where news. Yesterday, what did we have? The FOMC meeting. You seen live as it happened how the news affected the markets. Now here, apparently, they issued a statement or they actually got on TV and talked. I don't have it on. I don't know if anybody else saw it on live on TV on the financial news networks. Yes, spy dump, Tasha. That's the same thing as the MES, the ES, if you want to call it that. That's the S&P 500. It's going to mirror the rest of them. See, it's the same. You can stack these all three of these on top of each other, right? So, but as you can see, when people are fearful, they go and buy metals. Look, there was a knee-jerk reaction, initial news, and it's already higher than it was before the news. Not over here, it ain't. They're still down, right? Oh my Lord. Why aren't we in this? I hope somebody's making money in here. Of course, I don't do it because I don't know.
Bitcoin futures is dumping too.
I had three MESs on that pull for $150.
Ah, good job. Oh, okay, that's all right.
No,
You,
three for 150.
it's still good. It's still good practice, right? You're learning how to capitalize on news. Now, we could capitalize on news better when we see the news coming. How would I capitalize on that? I would, if I knew it was coming, I would have been prepared. We have economic news releases that are pre-scheduled, so we can set up and get ready for however the news goes and then jump on it. But it's going down. The news, as soon as I could have, when it first came out.
Look
It,
at oil.
You gotta look at oil.
Holy moly.
oh, what happened there? There's the pullback after the initial reaction, right? You'd have lost everything there, right? That's the volatility of news. How do we capitalize on news? If we know it's coming ahead of time, like economic releases, they're scheduled events, we can be set there sitting in our chair waiting on the news to come out. As soon as it pops, we interpret it and jump in however we think it's going to do it. When somebody gets on TV and we don't know about it, well, we were like, oh, what the heck just happened, right? So the news starts with the letter T for tariffs, apparently, is what somebody said. Somebody is important and powerful in our world is speaking about tariffs. So, hence the market reaction. Now, it doesn't affect every market. It does affect the indices, right? They'll recover, right? It'll settle down.
What's interesting too is they put it in context. We're still in today's range. We haven't broken up below the low of the day. We just came off a high. I mean, we might, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if you'd entered and held all day, you'd still be ahead, right here, right?
It's a huge fast shot, but
Well, yeah. I would be pissed if I held, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it broke through overnight low, but it's above it now.
Yeah, right here at 11 o'clock, 11:15. It's clear down here. It has to get clear. Let me just make this some goofy color so we can see it here. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end. Well, not really. Here's where it was at earlier today. It still hasn't come that far yet. That's what Aaron was speaking on. It hasn't even come back to the low of the day. So if you'd have
No,
bought here, you're still profitable. If you'd have bought here and then walked away for the rest of the day, right, which would have been foolish, but if you'd have walked away and the market's going to close here in 10 minutes, as long as it stays up here, you're still in profit. So it's a positive. Is that the market? What was the market open? Is it above market open?
that's 27 ticks. You would have walked away if you got out
Oh,
of it
oh yeah.
instead of what was it? Gosh, if you were in that, you were for the whole day.
You see how excited we get over these things? It's crazy, ain't it?
200 ticks from the low day to almost high.
Heck is today? Today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
All right. So, oops.
$250 a contract.
Yeah. See the market open up here. Okay. So the market's going to be down officially from whatever this is, 95 down to wherever it ends up sighting finish. So it's going to be down 30 points. That's not that big deal in the scheme of things, right? It sucks to be you if you were in here and you just let all that profit go away because somebody got on TV. Thank you, Michael. And DJ Steve said he finished his last trade right before those news. Wow. So he just got out by the luck of the draw before all that happened. So anyway, tariffs, keywords, right? Hot button words. Was there any doubt that that word was going to be discussed in detail at some point? News is only talking about the plane helicopter crash right now. So, well, whatever, right? So, and we don't generally trade at the end. The coach even recommends that nobody trades at the end of the day during power hour because these things like this, maybe not quite to this extent, happen on a daily basis, and especially in the last 10 minutes of the trading day when things don't. As you can see, it came down to a low. Now it's on sale. What do people do when things are on sale? What does your spouse do, or what do you do when things are on big sales? 50% off today only, right? You're in there buying now. Look what's happening. Prices going back up. Wouldn't surprise me in the next 10 minutes if it ain't where it was before it dropped. That happens too. It's crazy. Uh, so good. We got to see two volatile things happen 2 days in a row. So that's great. News matters, folks. All it takes is a talking head on TV to say something, and the market will react. Now, it could go the other way too. If everybody thought that tariff was a great thing, it could have went to the moon, right? It just depends what the news is and what the consensus is on that type of news, right? It doesn't mean, well, it means they don't like that word, right, in the open market, but that's actually good for the metals sector because they feed on that fear and those will drive the prices more, right? That's actually what's driven the, actually these are at a 52-week high right now. Gold is. I traded the snot out of this today. Made good money. Look at this big rise. That's all because of fear, right? That's why people buy that. Isn't suddenly like we needed a whole bunch more gold, so we're going to run the price up, right? There is a demand for it. I mean, it's made into many things, but it's a people flee to it in times of uncertainty. So I flee to it to make money. I don't care about what the real reason is. I don't care if it's going up or down. We make money when it goes up, and we make money when it goes down. So, by the way, coaches 25% off sale does end tomorrow. It's been on all month. He did speak today to us and said it would be tomorrow would be the last day, right? So to get that, you at checkout on our membership packages, um, at the checkout page, there's a coupon discount box there. You type in 2025 to get 25% off any of our memberships. So you have apparently until tomorrow to take advantage of that. and then it goes back to the normal prices. When you enter the discount code 2025 for 2025, the new year, you'll see once you enter and apply that, it will automatically take 25% off the cost of your membership. So if you pay by a year, you get 25% off your first year, and then next year we'll go back to its normal price. If you pay for 6 months, you will get 25% off your first 6 month payment, and then the second 6 months it will be at the normal. If you pay quarterly, obviously you'll get 25% off your first quarterly payment. The rest of your quarterly payments will be at the normal prices. If you pay monthly, you'll get 25% off your first month's payment, and the rest of your payments will be at the normal price. So take advantage of that. There's a distinct advantage, of course, of paying by the year. You get the most bang for your buck, and then you don't have to worry about paying for it again until this time next year. So thank you. Check that out. Um, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go there now. Get that membership. Tomorrow, it goes away. And that even includes the futures membership. You can get 25% off of that also, where you can join us live for real training all day long, and you get instant access to our live chat Discord. And we are somebody in there talking pretty much 23 hours a day, well, 24 hours a day. We do take breaks once in a while, but we chit chat. Again, we talk about, oh, just like this. Oh, look at gold, the market, whatever. We don't tell each other what to buy and when to sell. We're not allowed to do that. So, but we do discuss trades and levels and, hey, I'm in this if you want to look at it, that kind of thing. So, other than that, that's good. So that was kind of exciting for a few minutes. It would have been more exciting if I would have actually been in that trade. But again, even if I wasn't talking to you fine folks right now, I wouldn't have been in it anyway because I don't trade this part of it. I do all my trading. Well, I do all my trading now since I've been in futures, and I love it. I trade in the evening, usually around starting at 6:30 until about 10 to 11, and I'm kind of sitting on the couch with the wife, so it's kind of in trades and out of trades and doing whatever, and listen to her yell at me or whatever, right? So watching TV. So I'm not at 100% involved in my trading like I am during the day, but I'm still making good money in the evenings. And then I get up in the morning and jump back in the markets, and I'm usually done trading 10:30 at the latest, usually 10:30 at the latest in the morning, and then we start training. And so, there's no need for me to be trading live, being distracted this time of day. I've already done, as long as I made enough for my basic needs in life, I'm happy. So, all right. Thank you. I appreciate everybody being here today. We are here every day from 2 to 4 p.m. talking about the futures market, giving education and training on it. And we conducted some live trades here while it happened. We watched what happens to the market with news. And as you can see, look what it's doing. It's pretty much right back to where it was at. Will it get all the way back? It could. But we still got 5 minutes. This is the most volatile, so people are buying in. This is not the time to be in a trade. We're jumping into a new one, right? Because this could go the other way in a heartbeat in the last couple minutes. And I've seen them shoot to the moon in the last couple minutes too. So, and that could very well happen. But as you can see, as with most news, it was a knee-jerk reaction. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Sell it all. Sell the house. Sell the kids. Sell grandma. Sell the cat. Sell the dog. Run away. The world's coming to an end. And the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, never mind. It's not that bad. And it goes right back to where it was at. In the meantime, everybody lost their shirt because they weren't around to adjust for it, right? Or they didn't have stops in their trade. So again, if you know the news is coming, right, you can capitalize on it. Or if you're fortunate enough to get in something like this, you may miss the first pull, but you may be able to scalp real quick to get in and out if you're a good scalper, right? Same way as it recovers, you could probably capitalize. Again, this would have been a high risk trade, and going up, or even right now, is a high risk trade. Now, if you have stops, you limit your downside, the risk in this trade is considerably lower. So you could have made a boatload of money down, and if you'd have played this bottom bounce here, You would pretty much make the same amount of money going up as you did down at that point already. So, and those people that were up here before it dropped and didn't see it coming, if they held on, okay, but they probably didn't. They probably freaked out like everybody else did, right? Oh, look at that. So, what's gold doing? The metal's back. Look, they're back too. Had a big rise. What about oil? Oil settled down. Oh, look at that. Where's oil at? Exactly where it was before all this happened, right? Now there's a boatload of money right there. Look at that. That is just crazy. I see dollar signs. When I see this, I see dollar signs. I don't have FOMO because, quite frankly, if it wasn't for me doing this education thing, I wouldn't have been sitting here in front of my computer anyway. So I wouldn't. It's not for me. Oh, I wish I was in there. Well, I wouldn't have been, and I never have been. I never have traded. Generally, it's not that I never have, but basically, I don't ever trade here. So this is all meaningless, really. So you don't want to get FOMO. Well, if I'd only listened, right? Well, it is what it is. This is not my style of trading. I don't like losing money and putting myself up into that position. So I wouldn't have been sitting here anyway in front of this trade. So I didn't lose nothing. I didn't gain nothing. And the reality is, real life, I wouldn't have been here trading at this time period anyway. So I do appreciate everybody being here today. We are here every day from 2 to 4. I appreciate all your questions on the social media. This is designed for educational purposes only. Again, neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading, moderators, paid members, or licensed financial advisors, and we can never give you financial investment or tax advice at any time. Everything we've said today is for educational purposes only. Oh, I appreciate you asking questions about trading, right? It makes the show more interesting than just sitting there watching a chart. So this show is there to help give you a taste of what we do at American Dream Trading. And you can make this show even interesting by asking questions like you all been doing so well at. So if you have questions, come back tomorrow, write down some questions if you have them, and we can discuss them, right? So make this show yours. Just like our paid members, they're paying a membership. It's their membership. We'll talk about and train about and answer any questions that they have. So I thank you for being here. We will be here tomorrow, same bat channel, same time, right? So get it. I didn't switch my screen back, but that's okay. Um, so that whole time I don't know when I changed my screen back. Anyway, have a great day. Anybody else that you run into in your world today, try to say hi, brighten their day because you never know what somebody is going through. Even though they may have a smile on their face, it may be hiding something behind it. So brighten somebody's day today, make somebody laugh, make somebody smile, leave a lasting positive impression on them. And I thank you for being here today, and we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.